Hello and welcome to GC360, your source for the latest news and stories from the heart of our community and beyond. I'm Hubbard and we have a packed show for you today.
And I'm Isabella Turner. Whether you're a student, faculty member, or just interested in what's happening in our community, GC360 is here to keep you informed and engaged. Coming up, those affected by Hurricane Helene can now apply to disaster assistance.
And a chemical fire in Conyers is raising health concerns in the local community.
And China is ending their foreign adoption program.
More information on GC360, where news comes full circle. Welcome to GC360. Hurricane Helene caused a major disaster in 41 countries in Georgia. What is the government doing for the people there? Governor Brian Kemp has announced that residents in these impacted counties are now eligible to apply for disaster assistance. This includes both individual and public assistance, which aims to help communities recover and rebuild. Aid will cover both individuals and public assistance. This will cover needs such as temporary housing, home repairs, and assistance for businesses, among other services. Chris Stallings, director of Georgia's Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency, stated that while the declaration currently covers specific counties, more areas may soon be eligible as damage assessments continue. If you are in need of assistance, you can apply online at disasterassistance.gov or by calling 1-800-621-3362. GC360 will continue to bring you the latest updates on relief efforts.
A major chemical fire at a lab facility in Conyers has released a massive plume of toxic smoke and chlorine-smelling gas, raising health concerns among the public. According to the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board, 17,000 people have been evacuated and 90,000 others are still in a shelter-in-place advisory. The Environmental Protection Agency is monitoring air quality, but the exposure to gas and smoke could cause eye and throat irritation. GCSU alumna Jade Macy works in Covington as a registered nurse. She speaks on how the fire has affected the local community.
I would say probably close to half of the patients we saw today, and we saw like 87, probably half of those were complaining of those symptoms and even said like the symptoms started 2 or 3 days ago when the fire started, and they definitely experienced like breathing in the bleach, and it started to happen, like after doing that. So, and we would even test them, just to make sure they don't have COVID or any other virus, and they came back negative. So it was probably from exposure.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz participated in the 2024 vice presidential debate, which could be the final debate of the election cycle. Both parties discussed economic records, gun policy, immigration, and more. Is this debate expected to play a crucial role in voter sentiment? Polls conducted shortly after the event, including those from CNN and CBS, revealed that viewers were split, with 48% favoring Vance and 46% favoring Walz. Both vice presidential candidates had notable moments, but their performances primarily reinforce support of their respected political parties. Sam Payton, a political science major, speaks about how the debate influenced her vote in the election.
I thought that the vice presidential debate was a lot more civil in comparison to the presidential debate that we saw a couple weeks ago. There was definitely less name calling, aside from the small back and forth remarks between the two candidates. There was definitely more of a civil dispute, and you could even see some middle ground and some agreements between the two candidates. As a young voter, that does give me a lot of hope in the future of our country. I would still like to see more of the policy side from candidates. I really wish that we could get politicians who could answer questions about policies. As a voter, that is something that I do care about when I'm going to the ballot box, and I would like to get more of an answer from them in the future.
China recently put an end to their foreign adoption program. This concludes a decades-long effort to provide homes for orphan children living in China. Teresa Owen reports.
China announced that they were ending their international adoption program. This announcement came as a shock to many, especially to the families who had been looking to adopt a child. In an official statement, China cited their reasoning for this decision as trying to follow the trend other countries have set with similar international adoption policies. In an interview with the New York Times, Associate Professor of Chinese Studies at Allegheny College, Mr. Guo Wu, says that the new ban could be a result of rising feelings of national pride and an increasing resentment of America, following the idea that they don't need America to adopt their children. Others point to reasons such as the program's declining reputation in recent years. Georgia College alumni and Chinese adoptee Lily Murphy shares her thoughts.
Well, I mean, like, honestly, I'm not surprised that they've canceled it or that they've stopped it. I mean, China's population has been kind of in the danger zone for a while now, and on top of between like its population, like as far as sociology goes, China is like a case study all onto itself. Because like you have the aging population, combined with the gender ratio issue, and all of that kind of comes back to these adoptions.
With China's new policy on international adoption, only families that have been approved to travel to adopt the child will be allowed to finish the adoption process. Lily Murphy talks about the most important thing to consider.
I feel like at the end of the day, the biggest kind of people that it impacts between like, I feel like everybody's talking about the impacts this will have on China, on like the families who are waiting to adopt, but really it should be about, you know, the kids who haven't been adopted or who were supposed to be adopted. And like what's going to happen with them now, and just in general, the entire orphanage system in China itself, I feel like should be the thing that should be at the forefront of people's minds right now.
The full effects of this decision in regard to China's economy and governmental policies remain to be seen. GC360 will keep you up to date on the latest. Reporting for GC360, I'm Teresa Owen.
Coming up after the break, why does Hispanic Heritage Month matter?
Different majors have distinct ways to prepare for midterms.
And don't miss it, the Academic Expo assisted undecided students plan their college career.
We'll take a look at the weather, all of this and more when GC360 returns. Stay tuned.
I'm Eric Griffiths. I am the interim chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. Our general mission, of course, is teaching theater artists, actors, designers, technicians. Of course, students will specialize in certain areas, but they will know, if an actor leaves here, and that is their goal is to perform, they will also know how to hang a light. They will know how to sew a button on a costume. They have these other skills. So we offer kind of a mix of the soft skills and the hard skills for doing the work. Our goal is to create a well-rounded theater artist that knows a little bit about everything that goes into producing theater.
Welcome back. Hispanic Heritage Month celebrates the diverse cultures and contributions of Hispanic and Latin Americans. Madeline Agostini speaks to the Latino Student Association and GCSU students about its significance.
National Hispanic Heritage Month began on September 15th and will continue to October 15th. This month gives an opportunity for America to shine a light on the Latin and Hispanic community and what they have contributed to our nation. I spoke with Jacob Gonzalez Labra on the topic.
To me, it's just a way for me to celebrate who I am and just be so thankful for the opportunities I've had and just to share that with people.
The time frame of this month is significant because many Central American countries celebrate their Independence Days within these dates, including Mexico and Chile on September 18th and Belize on September 21st. Dolores Huerta was a Hispanic American who fought alongside farm workers for better pay and working conditions. Huerta was a co-founder of the United Farm Workers alongside Cesar Chavez, where they believed in the power of collective action and peaceful protests. I spoke with Paula Martinez, who is the current vice president of the Latin Student Association and student ambassador here at Georgia College, about how the university is implementing Hispanic heritage.
Right now we're planning on offering tours fully in Spanish for Hispanic students and their families so that they're able to get involved too and they get the same information as any other parent would.
I'm Madeline Agostini reporting for GC360. Back to you.
Midterms are in full swing, Bobcats. Ryan Collin reports on how the students in business and mass comm majors study for exams.
Midterms are a crucial time for students at Georgia College, where each major demands a different approach to success. Let's take a look at how business and mass communication students tackle these challenges. For business majors, midterms are a balancing act of strategy and analytical thinking. Whether it's economic forecasting or financial modeling, these students are busy crunching numbers and crafting plans. Their midterm prep involves endless hours of case studies, Excel, spreadsheets, and team projects. It's about understanding the market, making smart decisions, and presenting solid business strategies. I talked to Andrew King on how he prepares for midterms.
I would say my classes are winding pretty good. I feel prepared. I feel like I understand all the material from all my classes. My teachers have done a great job at explaining and just offering good resources that can help me to stay on top and make it well organized. I'd say the main thing that's a good idea is to have a set amount of time that you put aside each day where you're just studying over the material, making sure you understand all the units, just everything that's being learned so that you can obtain the information. And then by being consistent and going over it each day consistently, you're going to be able to obtain that information way better than if you splurge it out.
Mass communication majors face a different kind of midterm hustle. It's a combination of creativity, deadlines, and storytelling. They're producing video projects, writing scripted narratives, and preparing campaigns. Midterms for them look like a flurry of brainstorming sessions, editing suites, and presenting ideas to classmates and professors. The mass communication world moves fast, and so do these students. I also talked to Brett Mooney as well.
For me, what really helps is flashcards and group study sessions. That really helps me out a ton. I've been going back and forth with other people too in my classes, and that's really helped.
Midterms at Georgia College are a time to push yourself to grow, to learn, and to take advantage of all the support that Georgia College offers. From extended library hours to midterm study sessions and mental health support services, Georgia College is there every step of the way to help students navigate the pressure. Reporting for GC360, I am Ryan Collins.
GCSU offers a wide array of majors and minors for students. The 2024 Academic Expo provides a glimpse of these programs that students can enroll in. Reporter Irma Ali tells us more.
Georgia College held their Academic Expo on Wednesday, September 25th in the Magnolia Ballroom. This event was available for all students to learn more about what the university offers, including more information on major and minor classes. Ryan Palmore works as an academic advisor here at GC. He shares his take on the Academic Expo and how it helps the students that attend.
So the Academic Expo is largely about exploring your major and minor options. So really beneficial for students at any level, but freshmen and sophomore probably going to benefit pretty well from this in terms of being able to communicate directly with faculty and staff around opportunities to explore majors and minors that might pair well with their majors, especially if they're considering switching majors or if they're kind of undeclared or undecided at the time.
During the event, students could discuss major and minors of their interests with professors and faculty. They could also meet any of the multiple chair members that were attending. The event had free refreshments available and lots of free GC swag. Junior Ty Carricker was one of the many students attending this year's Academic Expo. He gave his insights to why he finds the event essential for education.
Coming from a junior here, I'd say the Academic Expo is more of just a way to see what Georgia College has to offer for the students. You can see if you're undeclared to your major options. Even study abroad sometimes goes out here, and it's just a great way to see what the school has to offer overall. Because a lot of people don't go to the Fall Fest or something that happens on campus before they get here, and this being a mandatory activity kind of just helps to get students in the full know as they get ready for their 4-year career here.
The Academic Expo was an overall success, and many students were able to get questions answered by upcoming professors or get ideas for their next steps in their future careers. Reporting for GC360, I'm Irma Ali.
The bees, the buzz, and your typical weather update with B. Rowan. B?
Hello, Bobcats. Hurricane Helene was catastrophic for many. If you're in the position to please consider making a donation to your local Salvation Army or Red Cross. Now, let's jump into the weather for the upcoming week. Friday will be a great day for cloud watching since we'll have a high of 82 and a low of 65. On Saturday, we'll see a high of 87 and a low of 67 with partly clouded skies, so it seems like a great time for a stroll downtown, and with less than a 10% chance of rain, you won't even need an umbrella. Sunday is projected to be similar to Saturday, once again seeing partly clouded skies, so enjoy sleeping in and doing that homework you'll probably need to catch up on. I know I will. On Monday, we'll have a high of 86 and a low of 64 with mostly sunny skies, so if you're going to study, try doing it outside. Tuesday gets cooler with a high of 81 and a low of 56, so take this as an opportunity to go to the court and play a few rounds of pickleball. However, if you have poor coordination like me, watch others play instead. And on Wednesday, we wear pink to go along with a high of 77 and a low of 53 with partly clouded skies, officially starting sweater weather. Thursday won't change much as we have a high of 78 and a low of 53. Even though the cool weather was delayed, I can definitely say it is fall. That's all the buzz for today. Remember, whether it's sunny, rainy, make sure to be busy bee and enjoy the outdoors. Until next time, stay sweet.
After the break, we will kick things off in the world of sports with Jackson Schwartz.
And we'll take a dive into the recruitment of Georgia College's fraternities.
After, we will unpack the news in the entertainment industry with Hallie Bergstrom.
And do I hear wedding bells? We will see theater departments at the wedding performance. All this and more when GC360 returns.
My name is Kathleen O'Neill, and I'm the costume shop supervisor and instructor for the theater department. So the costume department does a lot of different things. It helps teach our theater majors what costuming is for theater in general and for film. A lot of students come in to be theater majors not knowing that tech is going to have to be part of their major, and they don't know how to sew, they don't know how a costume shop works, and so that's my job to teach them. Most of the time they take the skills they learn in here and then they apply it to their life. And I hear all the time that they come in and they're like, Kathleen, I sewed a button on my pants because you taught me how to do it. And it just makes me feel good. But yes, they do take what they learn in here and apply it to their personal life.
Welcome back. Someone's looking very pink today. Let's find out if any sports teams were put in the doghouse this week. Jackson?
I would like to thank my hairstylist, Caroline Hubbard, for making me look so fetch. Anyway, hello Bobcats. The Georgia Bulldogs were put in the doghouse by the Alabama Crimson Tide last weekend. The Bulldogs played Bama, ending on a sour note as the Dogs fell after what would have been one of the largest comebacks in NCAA history. UGA started off down 28-0 and were able to salvage a halftime score of 30-7. With things looking bleak, the Dogs began to air the ball out deep. Beck was on fire as his teammates were able to make a comeback and gain the lead, taking the score to 34-33, when suddenly Ryan Williams, the 17-year-old Alabama prodigy, scored a long touchdown. The Dogs ended their day on an interception in the end zone that sealed their fate. The final score was 34-41 as many Dog fans are heartbroken after another loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Moving on, the Atlanta Braves made the playoffs, but just lost to the Padres in the wild card spot. The Braves, who have been struggling with injuries all year, beat the Mets once in their doubleheader, securing their position to play the Padres. They lost 2 games to the Padres, completing their 2024 season with a score of 4-0 behind the young A.J. Smith-Shawver. The Padres starting pitcher Michael King pitched 7 innings, striking out 12 in dominant fashion. The following evening, the Braves lost 4-5, completing their run to the World Series with an attempt to keep it close with a 2-run home run by Michael Harris II. Unfortunately, the Braves couldn't pull it off. Turning to Bobcat sports, the women's soccer team kicked off hot this season, winning 3 of their first 4 games. However, after that, the Bobcats lost 3 of their following 4 with a tie as well. Their next game will be on Saturday, October 5th against the Christian Brothers here in Milledgeville. So show up and be loud. This was your favorite sports anchor, Jackson Schwartz, looking better than ever in pink. Back to you.
Georgia College has 7 fraternities available for Rush. Each one provides students with new ways to interact and support their community. Drew Hill talks to current fraternity members on the process of Rush and what their executive board looks for. Let's rush into it.
Georgia College kicked off its annual Fraternity Rush earlier this month with a record number of student participation. Rush Week is designed to introduce students to the values, missions, and social opportunities of each fraternity, helping students find their ideal house within the Greek system. This week-long event that began on September 6th included house tours, informational sessions, and social events hosted by the university's 7 fraternities. I talked to freshman Jake Mayday, who is a new member at Alpha Tau Omega, about why he wanted to rush and what he's hoping to get out of being in a frat.
My name is Jake Mayday. I'm a pledge at ATO. I decided to rush fraternity just to get connected on campus and throughout the community. What I want to get out of it is just connections and friendships that'll last my lifetime.
Social events such as barbecues and mixers provide potential new members with a relaxed environment in order to get to know fraternities and fellow potential new members better. I asked junior Kappa Sig Clay Rowland what they look for when they're picking a new pledge class.
We really just look for kids who we think will bring the greatest things to our fraternity, kids that'll strive in our fraternity, that'll help us out and get us to places that we would like to be as a fraternity.
Many fraternities on campus have emphasized their commitment to academic excellence and boosting their GPAs, offering resources to their members. Greek life at GCSU has seen consistent growth over the past couple of years, with fraternities and sororities playing an active role on campus with their philanthropic efforts, student government, and social events. This is Drew Hill reporting to you from GC360. Back to you.
I wonder if anything fetch is happening in the world of entertainment.
First, can we stop trying to make fetch happen? It's never going to happen. But Hallie Bergstrom can answer that question. Hallie?
Indeed I can. Good afternoon, Bobcats, and welcome to this week's entertainment news. More than 100 women and men are pursuing new allegations against Sean Combs, popular rapper known as P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, and Brother Love. These claims refer to multiple sexual assault cases initiated by Combs at multiple parties in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. Moving on to movie theaters, the sequel to the 2019 film Joker is set to release on Friday, October 4th. This movie adds in the character Lee Quinzel, or Harlequin, played by Lady Gaga. This movie has seen mixed reviews, likely because this film has turned the original story into a musical. Do you plan to see this when it comes out? Lady Gaga also made a companion album to the film titled Harlequin. She mentioned in multiple interviews that she had so much more to do with the character, leading to this album, which released prior to the movie. Also in theaters, the popular horror film production company Blumhouse has teamed up with AMC Theaters to make Blumfest, a series of iconic Blumhouse films being re-released in theaters every week to get fans into the spooky season. Lights Out is this week's movie, with Insidious Chapter 2 releasing on October 9th, Happy Death Day on the 16th, Black Phone on the 23rd, and Five Nights at Freddy's on the 30th. I can't wait to head to theaters to watch all of these amazing films. On a sadder note, Maggie Smith passed away late September at the age of 89. She had an extensive career, including roles such as Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter series and Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey. Kate Page also passed away this week at the age of 70. His manager shared that he died in peace at his home in St. Louis. He is best known for his role as Old Deuteronomy in Cats and Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas. These incredible actors will be remembered through the amazing work they did. That's all from me this week. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Back to you.
Da, 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 da. The Department of Theater and Dance performed at the wedding for their first play of the semester. Andrew Brown spills the tea.
The Georgia College Department of Theater and Dance recently put on a performance of Bryna Turner's At the Wedding. The play was presented at Russell Auditorium with performances taking place from September 25th through the 28th. The play follows the main character, Carla, as she navigates her ex-girlfriend's upcoming wedding. Turner's script is comedic and handles themes of love, loneliness, and heartbreak. Courtney DeBatcher was one of the actors working in the play. She shared her thoughts on the art of live performance.
The connection that is made, every show is different. Like, people laugh at different parts. It is very much since this is all in one take, we're all on stage, anything can happen. Like, on one of our performances, the cake, we have this massive cake, it completely broke on stage. And it just added to the show. Like, the characters ended up interacting with it. And so every audience is coming with their different stories, and they are understanding the show in their own way.
Despite 2 showings being canceled by Hurricane Helene, the department was able to throw one more show on for Monday, September 30th. Ruth Rodriguez starred in the play as the main lead, Carla. She gave her insights to her role in the show, as well as the significance of the LGBTQ themes of the performance.
I wasn't necessarily looking for any specific role, I just wanted to be in the show. And I think during that, I kind of thought, like, I was like, maybe I could, like, I could be Carlo. And I just really enjoyed doing her lines and reading for her. And you could kind of feel it in the moment, like something it feels like you were almost meant to do, which sounds corny, but it's like that sometimes. I'm hoping that the people who come to this show, not really having been around the queer community or queer people in love, that they will walk away with a new perspective on these humans, because I think where that translation gets lost is people see queer people or trans people and they forget the fact that they are people and they are human beings, and it's just a human experience that you're seeing on the stage.
For their next performance, the Department of Theater and Dance will be presenting William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night from November 6th to the 10th. Tickets will cost $5 for students and $10 for non-GCSU students. Reporting for GC360, I'm Andrew Brown.
That's all for GC360 this week, Bobcats. Thank you for joining us today, and make sure you tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. on NBC TV4 through the CableCast app. I'm Isabella Turner.
And I'm Caroline Hubbard. When we're not on the air, we keep you up to date on our social media. That's at GC360 News on Instagram and YouTube, and at bobcatmultimedia.com/GC360. Always available to you wherever news comes full circle. See you next week.
I'm Eric Griffiths. I am the interim chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. Our general mission, of course, is teaching theater artists, actors, designers, technicians. Of course, students will specialize in certain areas, but they will know if an actor leaves here and that is their goal is to perform, they will also know how to hang a light. They will know how to sew a button on a costume. They have these other skills. So we offer kind of a mix of the soft skills and the hard skills for doing the work. Our goal is to create a well-rounded theater artist that knows a little bit about everything that goes into producing theater.